Hello, I'm Character A. I'm going to be commentating this run here by Castle.
So, I'm going to be running New Super Mario Bros. Wii any percent. It's a pretty fun category. There's a lot of cool little mini skips that I can do to save milliseconds, seconds, and even, well, not minutes, but like, there's a lot of cool little
there's
movement
one trick
text.
that saves a minute.
Yes, it's going to be coming in World 5. If I keep the propeller, we'll see.
Hopefully.
Timing starts as soon as you press left.
Alright, we are off. So starting off in 1-1 here, it's pretty standard 1-1 level, just simple movement. You will be noticing that he's going to be grabbing a propeller mushroom halfway through the level. This is the item that we will have for the majority of the run, as it allows for very fast vertical momentum, which is very good in a couple of levels. Messed up a little bit there and had to do a turn back so that he didn't run into that Goomba there. Not too big of a deal, but if you have a lot of small mistakes like that, they do eventually end up adding up. But it's not that big of a deal.
I have to make sure to be safe.
Yeah. Going into 1-2, it's pretty standard underground level. There are some tilt lifts, which are motion control activated platforms where you want to tilt them slightly down so that you can slide down them, because sliding is faster than running. And he will also be grabbing a star about halfway through the level. Stars give us faster horizontal momentum, and faster is good. Here's that star. It also allows you to kill everything in your path, obviously. Heading into 1-3 here, you're going to see him do a triple jump off of a question mark block at the very beginning of the level. This is so that in case the hammer bro jumps up, you will always avoid him. So we just do that as safety because it doesn't lose any. And then at the end of the level, he's going to be taking secret exit to be able to go to the. All right, you back? Okay, yeah. Looks like you DC'd from the voice chat there. Oh, okay. Anyways, as I was saying, he's getting the secret exit here, which I wasn't. Did you get the propeller up there? I think you did, considering that you're ahead. Yeah, anyways, you can get up there with propeller or Yoshi. And that brings us to the cannon to World 5. Also, hi Toad, bye Toad, we're not going to save you. But yeah, a fun fact, for whatever reason, it is faster to mash some buttons during the loading screen of the cannon, because it just speeds up the load. No one really knows why. Alright, welcome to World 5, the Jungle World. Starting off in 5-1, he's going to be grabbing a star from a roulette block. It's just good timing of a jump or a ground pound, depending on which setup he goes for. We're also going to see these vines here. You just swing off them. Optimally, you go lower, but doesn't really matter. And this water section, that was some interesting movement. I haven't seen that before. But yeah, ideally you want to, well, optimally, you would swim through the water a bit, and then you would jump out and propeller for a little bit to skip a bit of the swimming. But of course that works too. Gold split too. Pog. Alright, coming up here is the piranha plant fight. This is unavoidable. And yeah. I don't really have much else to say about it. Pretty solid 92 there. Okay, here he has the choice between 5-2 and 5-3. 5-3 is 3 to 5 seconds faster, but on the flip side, it is a lot harder. So it is safer to go for 5-2. Both levels have famously bad hitboxes. These wigglers here, yeah, the top of their hitboxes just like don't work properly. So you can just like jump right over them. Pretty solid 5-2 there. Alright, heading into the next level, 5 Fortress, 5 Tower, whatever you want to call it. This is a cycle-based level, and there's 2 main cycles that runners will go for. At a top level, runners will go for the 5-5-6 cycle, which is very precise and very difficult. And the cycle that we will see Castle going for is 5-4-6, which is very, very lenient. The 5-5-6 cycle does save about 7.5 seconds, depending on how fast or slow you do it. So at a top level, it is definitely worth it, but oh, okay, the dry bones being a troll, like normal. Unfortunately, that's going to mean a lot of time loss in 5-4 coming up after this. But I guess I can explain that when we get there. And he's going to grab backup mushroom here and head into the Iggy fight. The Koopalings in this game are consistent, meaning as long as you hit them at the same time and then lead them the proper way, they will always pop up in the same location every time. Alright, heading into 5-4 here. Unfortunately, he does not have the propeller. If he did, he would be able to skip the entire level by flying over it with, uh, I mean, there's a few fairly tight jumps in it, but because he does not have propeller, he's going to have to ride this auto-scroller. Um, yeah, there's enemies that fall from the ceiling here, and you can have a total of 5 enemies or enemies and coins on the raft, and then it will stop until you get it down to less than 5. It is very, very annoying. To put into perspective how annoying it actually is, a lot of runners say that it is easier to do the skip than it is to do the level casually. Coming up on the end of the level here. Just gonna not go early there. So yeah, unfortunately because he did not have propeller, he lost a bit over a minute. Yeah, one of the worst things to do in this world is actually dying, because those vines that you saw that moved out of the way, if you die more than once, they will actually be in your way after 5-4, and you'll have to force another death to get them to move. Going into the ghost house here, it's a dark level. You have to memorize which path to take. Pretty simple. That right there was boo ring jump. You just jump right through the boo ring. Pretty easy. Got a gold up there. Nice. Alright, so taking the secret exit in that level gives us access to the World 5 cannon, which brings us to World 8. Final world in the game. Swag triple jump into the cannon. Alright, heading into 8-1 here. This level is very notorious among new runners, as the meteors that fall from the sky are completely RNG. There is no way to predict them or manipulate them. You just have to be able to learn the patterns and react accordingly to them. So with propeller, we would be doing okay. He, he seemed to have missed a jump there and then had to back it up. Unfortunately, having to take damage in the process, but that's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's just this level is just good maneuvering over lava pillars and around meteors and fuzzy beetles. Coming up here at the end of the level, um, okay, that was unfortunate there. I'm not sure if he was going to go for it, but you are able to do a double damage boost through those two lava pillars and then a triple jump over that one. Okay. He did a safe strat of damage boosting through the last one. Don't blame him for that one. Hmm. Yeah, pretty solid 8-1, especially considering that mistake in the beginning. Going on to 8-2, this is the only level that it's more optimal to do small, but as a safe strat, he is going to be equipping a mushroom before going in. Yeah, here's a little more meteor RNG. That is all of the meteor RNG that there is in the game. So this level has a lot of rolling hills, both moving forward and backwards. Okay, unfortunately taking damage there, but there was a backup mushroom right there, so not too much of a time loss. So yeah, ideally you want to spend as little time on the backwards moving hills as you can, and as much time on the forwards moving ones as you can. Here he's going to be grabbing a star out of this block here. And then he's going to be taking the secret exit to be able to go to 8-7, which skips one. It skips 5 levels in the world. So yeah, this is the main reason, this room here is the main reason why it is faster to be small. It also does make this room easier. But as a safe strat, obviously, it's safer to be big. Because you don't have one hit kill. 404, IGT not found. Alright, 8-7 here. It's an auto scroller where you just have to ride the bone coasters through to the end. There are some momentum storing like techniques that you can do. I'm not sure if he's going to go for them or not, because they can be quite risky. So we will see. But basically, all it comes down to is jumping off of the coaster early in a way that you retain momentum. Yeah, you saw he retained his momentum there, but did not go for the fast version. Alright, first half of the level down. Unfortunately, because he did not get all 3 of the star coins in this level, this run is now invalid, and that is very unfortunate. such a shame when people get just one instead of all three, or none. Correction, two instead of all three, or none. Jokes aside, pretty solid 8-7. Moving into the airship here, we'll see him get his propeller back, and he can use it to skip a couple of sections where you normally have to spin platforms down for you to walk on. So yeah, coming up here in this pipe, we will see the first section where the skips are done. Alright, there's the first two. That second one is arguably one of the two hardest. And coming up here is the last two. Okay, yes, he's not doing the last one. The last one is considered to be the most difficult. And now we are going into the Bowser Jr. fight after this spin here. So yeah, this is a very infamous fight among the top runners in the community because there's a trick known as bombless, where so what you're intended to do is hit the bombs back up at Bowser Jr., which I presume is what Castle is going to do. But you have a 1 to 2 frame window to actually squeeze a ground pound in and hit him without the bomb. It saves anywhere from 5 to 22 seconds, depending on if you do it once or twice and how fast or slow. Oh, so Castle going for it a little bit. Unfortunately, getting hit. That is a bit of a danger if you aren't as experienced with going for it. That's not too big of a time loss, but it will make his castle a little bit slower. Yeah. Yes, this is very much PvP pace. For those of you that are unaware, he did die in his PvP in this level. So there's a decent amount of time save here. Yeah, starting here is just movement around fire bars. These fire bars do line up very nicely in a nice cycle, as long as you don't mess up your movement too much. overall, pretty good first room for not having propeller. So now here we have the auto-scrolling lava room. Have time to swag out, sit back, relax. Into that 5 right there. Do you want to go fight Bowser or not? Yeah, these fireballs in the hallway here are RNG. Most of the patterns are avoidable, but there is one that's pretty nasty that you have to slow down for. Luckily, he got good RNG there, and that was a very good Bowser jump. So, ideally, you have Propeller, and you can just Propeller right over him. But if you don't, you can either wait for him to jump, Fireball kill him, or do what Castle did and do Bowser jump, where you just jump over him. Normally, you wall jump, but that was really good. Oh no, it wasn't actually Peach, it was Kamek. Oh no. How do we keep falling for this? So yeah, now we have Big Bow's part, and this is what's known as escape. So he's gonna start here by manipulating where Bowser is going to shoot his fireballs. Hopefully, I think. I don't know. I don't know what strats he knows for this. Yeah, ideally you want them all to shoot at one height so that they just make a straight line through, and you can just go straight on. That was close right there. Alright, now we have the platforming portion. This is final home stretch here. He's playing this very safe. I don't blame him, as this is a pretty good pace, especially without 5-4 scope. And GG. 28-21. That's a very good time, especially without 5-4 skip, because 5-4 skip saves between a minute and minute 20, depending on how optimal it is. So yeah, that's New Super Mario Bros. Wii Any present. Yeah. Huge GG to Castle on that PB.
So this run could have been played a tiny bit better, but I feel everything around was pretty okay.
So all I've got to add, if there's anything else you'd like to say, Castle?
Thank you to DCA for commentating first of all. Um, 1 second. thank you to DCA for helping me commentate.
You're cutting out a lot.
Shoot. Okay, so good run. I'll probably do better if this is accepted. So please accept my submission. So a lot of improvements throughout this run. So, like I said, that was Super Mario Bros. Wii 80%. Thank you to DCA for helping me commentate, or like just overall, just doing all the commentating for that matter. I think it's a good game. I think it's fun to watch. I think it's good. I think it's a good marathon run. Is that better, stream? Does that sound better? Okay, so I'm rolling out here with my old mic. I'll fix my regular mic later, but I want to give a huge thank you to DCA for helping commentate, and I think this game is a good game for a marathon. I think it's really fun to watch. So yeah. Anyways, that was my submission. Peace.